snacks.
Ooh, what it do, snackers and snackettes? It is your boy Gage. As you can see, Sin is in the house.
Right here, what's happening?
Where jokes at?
Not here.
Oh.
How about
listen,
that?
Let me tell you something about 2 episodes in a row. Yeah, I mean, my man was late to cutscenes last week. Look at that fluke. But you know what? Pinch hitter, bro.
Hey.
Hey.
What up, Coop?
What's going on, guys? What's up?
Welcome to the show,
Hey,
bro.
much,
What up,
man.
Hey Dizzle? Coop, man. Before we go too far, hey, look, Ellis, yeah, Chris probably watching wrestling, dog. He's like, it's Monday Night Raw. I'm not having this. I can't do it, dog. You're probably very right, Ellis. Hey, look, y'all are officially tuned in to Lotus Snacks Weekly, where we get together once a week. We talk about things that are happening in pop culture. And today,
here
it is.
I was hoping Coop would do it.
I mean, he ain't here, is he? Listen, we got a lot to talk about. Well, obviously, we're going to talk about Mortal Kombat. And I'm gonna just keep it a buck. We're gonna do what we can to save y'all, but there's probably gonna be some spoiler boys involved in this. Spoiler boys. Let's just keep it a buck. Sin's gonna get some impressions on Demon Slayer. We're not gonna dig too deep into that because there may be something a little deeper happening with that.
Yep.
A little bit. We'll see how that goes. We'll touch on this Yasuke anime trailer that just dropped for Netflix, like I don't know, like 2 hours ago. Yeah. We're gonna talk about the Oscars a little bit. We're not gonna get too deep into the Oscars, but we are gonna talk about that. My man Ellis say Coop looking mean mug right now, like he just got out mean mug. Let me tell you something. What he doing is he's getting his game face on because he finna take jokes spot because jokes ain't yeah, like they might have to wrestle for it. You know what I mean? Oh man. Nah, and you know what though? I wish we did have just like a separate joint we could just post little jokes.
Little joke just sitting right there.
Yeah, you got that somewhere. We may need that. You might want to cue that up, Sin. I got a feeling we might need that. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's start by talking about Demon Slayer. And here's why. Because I have little to nothing to say about it. And therefore it puts all the weight on Sin's shoulders. Under circumstances, I'm positive is how he likes it. But like it's not completely true that I don't have anything to say about it. I actually do have things to say about it, but I need to get your impressions. You went and saw it in the theater.
I did. I went out there for the first time, jumped back into the theaters, and I figure if I'm going to do it, this is going to be the one to do it with. You know what I mean? #1 animated movie of all time. You know what I'm saying? Part of the Demon Slayer franchise, not a one-off, just actually next part of the story, you know, being done in movie form. So, yeah, I went out there, checked it out, and I can't lie. It's pretty amazing. I can't lie.
This might be my favorite thing Perp ever said. And Perp says a lot of things I like. Well, Perp says if the theaters were full capacity, Demon Slayer would have mocked Mortal Kombat. And you know what?
Yep, it would have.
You know what? It's
because Mortal Kombat didn't edge him out until I think the last minute.
I mean, listen.
I don't know nothing about Demon Slayer, but I can agree with that already.
There it is. The combination of those two movies had like a $55 million box office over the weekend. It is, you know, a big deal right now as far as movie theater.
Yeah. People came out to see him. They definitely came out to the theater. I was at to see him.
I'ma say I'm not completely positive you're right about that, Perp. The sentiment is right, but I'm not completely positive about that. And I only say that because unfortunately, anime is still so niche. While the people who love anime would absolutely go out in droves, and I'm positive, clearly they went out and supported this. There's also something special about people like us, pop culture people, who are willing to go the extra mile to do things we wouldn't normally do for other circumstances, like go to the theater when we're not totally positive it's safe. we do things like that. Like we're midnight movie people. You know what I'm saying? We'll stand outside in the rain for a console people. We're a special breed, yo. We're not like everybody else. Like what we'll do for anime or for a major Marvel movie or something like that, you know, is more akin to what the fans at a football game who don't wear a shirt when it's cold and paint themselves do. Like we go the extra. And Mortal Kombat is so much more well known, at least here. But I would say across the board, video games is still bigger than anime. That is what video games is, the biggest entertainment industry there is. People wanted to see this and they wanted it to do well. There is a high possibility that Mortal Kombat may have done better than Demon Slayer in the theater if you could not also just sit at home and watch it. We have to take into account the fact that Mortal Kombat was available to watch on HBO Max.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you have to consider that. If theaters were open and regular, HBO Max showing this wouldn't be a thing at all. So I think we must take that into account. So while I understand the sentiment, because I think what you're saying is more about how good one is versus the other.
I can tell you right now, people would have gone. Like I can see people going to see Demon Slayer multiple times in the theater.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
Myself, like that weekend, like I really would have ran it back. Be like, hey, look, can I just give me another ticket? I can go back in and just watch that again, please.
Sure. Sure. Nah, listen, 100%. I hear you, and I don't think that Mortal Kombat has that. Perp says the fact that Demon Slayer had about 1,500 theaters and Mortal Kombat had double that. Listen, I hear what you're saying. Again, you didn't have to go anywhere to watch Mortal Kombat. Right. I didn't. That's part of what it is. Like Mortal Kombat isn't necessarily bringing in new subscribers to HBO Max, even if they thought they might like
the free weekend. They tried it with that though.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't even see the lift they thought they were going to see with the Snyder Cut. Nobody really cares about the Snyder Cut. It's a very, very vocal minority. They saw their largest increase in numbers when Wonder Woman came out, which also possibly happened because it was Christmas and because people were together with their families and wanted to do something. Mm-hmm. And they didn't want to take their families and go to the theater, or they had family members that came to visit that they didn't see or hadn't seen. And even if going to the movies is a normal thing that they do when they get together for Christmas, not everybody was comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. So
yeah, I think that's where they win because, you know, there are a lot of people who do that traditional. I go to the theaters for Christmas. And HBO Max is like, yeah, like, nah, we're going to give it to you here.
Right. Much. Right. I mean, they didn't see the lift for Kong. They didn't see the lift for Snap. They certainly didn't see the lift for this. So this is not about whether or not Demon Slayer is better than Mortal Kombat, because I don't think that's in question. We're going to talk about it, but I don't think that's in question.
No, that's not.
We're only talking about the niche by comparison. That's it. That's it. And really, to some extent, the nostalgia, right? For people who are in our age group, who are around the first time they put a movie in theaters and were disappointed because there were no real fatalities, there was no real blood. There were people who looked at this and were like, "Oh snap! This joint rated R. They gave this joint a red band trailer. I'm in. I'm hip. That's what's up." Perp says it seems in my area, at least the theaters are allowing more people in, because when I was looking at the showtimes for Demon Slayer, there were so many showtimes compared to previous anime movies. Listen.
That's because it's Demon Slayer and it's the #1 animated movie of all time. They knew people were going to come out there to put more, more out than they would usually do.
It's also because there's nothing else to show. Again, you have to look at it. You can't. It's really, really hard right now to look at this in a bubble. Like the circumstances are very, very special. What Demon Slayer is to the people that it is what it is to, you can't take away. But it's like the majority of people ain't going. Like, you would have to have people go see this multiple times in order for it to do what it needed to do against any regular mainstream movie in the US, realistically.
Yeah. And I think for the amount of people who go to the movies, even spontaneously, to just see what's out there, they see Mortal Kombat, they'll probably pick that over Demon Slayer. But then, like Sin said, like, Demon Slayer will get more of a rewatch than Mortal Kombat will.
Oh, no doubt,
for sure,
no doubt. Like, I mean, again, that's one of those things that I just think, when you look at the overall picture, there's so many outliers. There are so many things to consider in the way that you now have to calculate. I mean, again, a $55 million haul for theaters is garbage. Like, that's what one movie does normally. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The way we're used to it. The fact that it's a big deal that they did $55 million across the two of them is a major thing. And again, it just speaks to
especially with these situations.
Yeah,
especially with everything being
Yep. You're right. What a time to be alive, bro. What a time to be alive. As a matter of fact, we alive in a time where that Yasuke trailer dropped. I hope y'all both had a chance to see it. You see it, Sam?
I did see it.
I've seen the original one. I've seen this one. Yeah.
Trailer was fire, bro. The trailer was fire. That joint is here's the thing. In terms of the right kind of film hitting at the right time, that joint.
No, it's a series. I think it's a series.
Right.
It's a series, 6 episodes.
The right kind of joint hitting at the right time is what I mean. I did say film.
Okay. Yeah, map is working. Map are putting up numbers right now.
Let me tell you something. That Flying Lotus soundtrack, bro.
Man, what?
It's a thing, bro. It's a thing, bro.
Yeah,
it's a thing. What up, KB? How you feeling, bro? Yeah. Look, I think that joint's gonna be a threat. And man, if BlurCon goes down even close to being normal, it's gonna be that joint's gonna be a problem. The cosplay is gonna be a problem at BlurCon, bro. Period.
I have faith in Mappa, especially with what they've been doing lately, which has been amazing. I don't know, something about this I just want to hold off and just see. I can tell you right now, I'm not liking what's his name, Lakeith Stanfield in the trailers right now. I'm not liking the voice acting I'm seeing from it right now. So I'm just let me just hold over to actually get it and see.
Oh man, yeah, dude. It's Coop.
What up, yeah? Okay.
So listen, we're definitely going to talk Mortal Kombat. Here's what I want to do before we do that. Do y'all know what today happens to be? Besides being Monday, Monday Night Raw being on, you know what I'm saying? besides jokes being late again.
Other than that, no, I do not know.
SCP time, man. Today is the anniversary. 2 years ago, Endgame.
Oh yeah.
2 years ago, bro. Endgame destroyed theaters, bro. In a way Mortal Kombat never could, bro.
Lord.
Hey, listen, if Keith David voices anybody, I'm in there. I almost don't care what it is. Although I will close my eyes and see Goliath. I will see Goliath, big purple winged beast destroying you. I want to talk a little bit about the overall impact of Endgame. I want to get you guys' thoughts. You know, where we are now. Obviously, things are a little bit different. He said, I remember I lost my glass when we saw that. You most certainly did. You most certainly did. I'm pretty sure you took them off to cry. And then they just was gone. That's how that worked. Evaporated. And now the doors got dusted, bro. And did not come back, dog. They did not get blipped back. Yeah.
I wore the shirt on purpose now that I'm thinking about what you said.
You think I got my Mortal Kombat joint on? You know what I'm saying?
Keep it
so yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the impact of Endgame, of what it has meant as a whole. How do you guys feel? I mean, 2 years later, does Endgame still stand up?
Yeah.
I know it does, but my story with Endgame is a little different. But yeah, it definitely does stand up.
Y'all got a personal history, bro?
I do. No, it was spoiled for me. It was spoiled for me before I went to go see it.
Why?
YouTube, of all places. I was just like, I was just scrolling. And
how did you get spoiled by something on YouTube? The thumbnail spoiled it?
Yeah, the thumbnail. You know how the thumbnail moves and everything. So like that happened as I was scrolling. And I was like, I hope this isn't real. I was like, I hope this isn't real.
Let me ask you a question. Why didn't you see it immediately?
At the time, I wasn't able to.
Because it's Coop?
Because
I mean, all right. You said that to him. Like, why did I ask that question? Fair enough. Endgame definitely holds up better than Justice League.
100%.
There's no two ways about that. Hey, listen, I mean, here's my thing. I think that
what up, Heather?
Endgame put what you say?
Oh, what's up, Heather? Yeah.
I think Endgame is a special film. Not just because, like, Civil War, to me, did a better job of proving what you could do with an ensemble cast in one person's movie. And we had already seen it, Avengers, and doing movies that have an ensemble cast isn't like unheard of. You know what I mean? Like, you look at an old movie like Clue, and they do it. You know what I mean? Knock it out of the park. But when you have to put ensemble casts together where you have characters that have held their own films for multiple sequels, and you have to bring them in and not make anyone feel more important or less important than another, when you have to have it written so well and shot so well and directed so well that every moving part still feels like it's integral, when you have to keep in mind, oh yeah, them folks, they never even saw them. They were on another planet. Like,
yeah,
there was so much happening, right? And the thing about Endgame is its need to be able to pull all of those threads together to tie them in a neat bow that ended in a satisfying way that, like, nobody was mad about. Like, there's nothing else like it. There's nothing else like it. Like, watching it on its own, like, if you just watch, even if you watch it on its own, but let's say you watch it along with Infinity War, you watch those two back to back, it still doesn't even come close to really showing you what had to be done, like what that movie did, because there are things that are so minuscule that are in there that are thrown in that are like, callbacks and threads that are tied back to the first Iron Man. You know what I mean? Back
other franchises and everything.
Yeah. Like, super difficult to do. But if anybody can do it, it's folks who do comics, because that's what they do.
Mm-hmm. To put that bow on after the end of that 10-year whatever run of all those storylines, bringing them all together in one big movie and making it make sense, making it done well, made it watchable, made it entertaining, and still deliver this big closeout of an experience. Mm-hmm. I think
not even a lot of plot holes either. Like, you can really follow everything. You could follow it in different ways too. You don't have to watch it the traditional way, So
what's tricky about that, as difficult as time travel movies can be to for people to follow and for them to make sense and still be really good, you throw time travel in on something like this, and then you're doing callbacks to other films. You're going back to scenes that existed, like, whatever. Like, that's incredible, man. Like, that movie is an incredible piece of work. It's an incredible piece of work. And I don't know if we'll get anything that even comes close to it again until Marvel does it again. At the end of whatever they're doing with Phase 4 and Phase 5. Like, I don't know if we'll ever see that again until they do it.
I don't think we will.
And that's crazy. Like, think about what that means. Like, again, you got to really think about how big of a deal this was. Like, over 10 years, like my oldest was 10 or 11. You know what I mean? When that first Iron Man came out, and we just every year watch all those movies and keep with the threads and all that or whatever, to have it like 10 years later at 2021,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, when you think right now, listen, I'm not gonna call nobody out, but when you think right now about how old you'll be when they finally tie these joints all back together.
Woo.
Yeah, and
you get a social security check at that point.
Endgame was such a moment that you can remember where you were when you saw Iron Man, where you saw it. Like, it kind of just brought it right back, Yeah.
I mean, this is a movie that sent Avatar back to the theater. Let's do it again. We battling for the greatest of all time. We going back to the theater in a pandemic, dog. We going back to the theater, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
that sounds like sore loser to me. No, go hang out there and give me those numbers.
Yeah, there really is something about that. Like, that's a thing. So here's what's getting ready to happen. Curveball. Check me out. A Sin.
What's that?
Who wins in a fight between Thanos and Darth Vader?
Thanos and Darth Vader?
Yeah, who wins?
Vader.
Vader wins.
Vader.
You agree, Coop?
100%.
Wait, does it matter if Thanos has the gauntlet?
Don't matter.
It doesn't matter if hold on. Thanos with the gauntlet cannot beat Darth Vader? You're playing yourself. You're playing yourself. Hey, dog, listen to me. You're playing yourself.
Coop, I don't know. I'm gonna have that. I jumping out there on that ledge with you. It's all you, bro.
Like,
Marcus says Vader.
Is the glove already on? Is the glove already on? Is he putting it on? Like, how far away?
Why we making extra concessions stuff? Like, why we Coop's concessioning? Why we making concessions for it? You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm gonna tell you what, because one of the things about this movie, I really feel like this movie made Thanos elevated this dude to one of the greatest villains of all time. Period.
Yeah.
Period. When you think about movie villains as a whole, just think movie villains. It's only certain joints that come to mind. Vader. When you think villains, for real, Vader, Joker, who else?
Movies.
Scar.
Vader, Joker, Thanos. You said Scar? Okay.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Hey, listen. Hey, pop that on screen. Per said Thanos will bring back Padme just to kill her in front of Vader before he. Hey, no, that's the WandaVision. Yeah, dog. Listen. Yeah, I mean Thanos is up there now. He's up there now as a threat. He is an actual world-ending galaxy complete threat.
And he shot up there. He didn't take any time. He just went right up to the star.
Hey Marcus, Green Goblin is who you think of when you think of villains? I mean, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, I listen, as a Spider-Man guy, like that's cool, but like for real, like I Venom before Green Goblin. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm just
Magneto.
Yeah, Magneto. What? A threat. But not Thanos level.
Yeah,
we ain't no Thanos level threat.
Now we got them stones.
All right, so check this out.
I'm wrong. I'm wrong with the Vader.
Hey, listen, would the Adora Milaje welcome Wonder Woman into their ranks?
I don't think so.
For real?
I would say yes, but it would take a lot. I think eventually I can see her being an honorary member. It would just take a lot.
You can be a warrior on the outside.
you can be an ambassador. You can be an ambassador, but like
they respect the White Wolf.
Facts. He welcome to the
cookout. Obviously, he can't be a member because he's male. Well, they put I mean, and she could take his arm, but like I'm just saying, like you don't think Wonder Woman just done Amazon's just ain't even close. So who wins, Amazon's or Adora Milaje?
I gotta go with Dora Milaje.
Oh yeah, you just gonna make up a word? Okay, go with that.
Yeah.
First, don't talk loud.
I go to Amazon.
So Doctor Who says yes, but she'd have to be young when it happens. Would she though? Yeah, you're right. Magneto would crush Vader for real.
Facts.
Magneto body Vader. Magneto would body Vader. Easy. That man is entire.
He's half cybernetic. Like he was just.
It's like
he would treat him like tinfoil. Like if you don't get your
like the Force don't mean the Force.
The whole ship.
That dude.
The whole Death Star. Just
I will tear this whole thing up. Do you know who you're talking to?
Yeah. Hey, K Dizzle says Amazon's one. I think he might be right.
That's what I'm going with. Amazon.
All right, listen. Coop.
Mm-hmm.
What would Rocket have done with Bucky's arm if he had gotten it?
Oh, he would have sold it.
He not keeping it?
Nah, he would have sold it. He probably would have I think he would have sold it. Yeah, he would have sold it.
Man, he'd have kept that thing, tinkered with it, and been a complete asshole with it.
Hey, my man said Eren Yeager versus Vader. Eren wins. Amazon's on their island. So if the Amazons aren't on their island, I mean, they don't leave the island. So, I mean, they do. It happens on occasion, but, doing it everywhere else without powers. Okay. All right. I said, "Perp, you slacking." Hey, chill out, Marcus. Okay, listen. Why haven't we seen Adam Warlock?
They're saving him.
For what?
That I have no clue.
Eternal?
Yeah, I'm not.
Could be the next Guardians.
Yo, that's probably the worst tease in the MCU. I mean, I talk about. Listen, I talk about
really. Okay, I'm about to say really for witness protection. They both might be kind of up there for you.
Nah, but like witness protection isn't like an after credit scene. They put in like extra effort for. You know what I'm saying? Like they just talked about my man like as a plot thread to figure out why Slim was on the other side. Like Adam Warlock was straight up teased at the end of a movie as an after credit joint, dog. Like, where is this dude?
He's still in the machine. He ain't baked yet.
He's still slow cooking.
Slow cooking. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just you think but you think we're gonna see him?
No, I think so.
Yeah. When he comes back, does he have anything to do with the Soul Stone? Do we get Gamora back? Do we say Black Widow? What's happening?
Oh no, Black Widow dead. Nah, she ain't coming back.
Okay.
Nah, she ain't coming back. Nah, she died. We're gonna have a new Black Widow. It's not Natasha's gone.
I mean that's true.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
I could see the Gamora angle since we know he's still out looking for it. Maybe they could play into that, but other than that, I'm not sure.
All right, last joint for the curveball. What actor would you like to see in the MCU? Is there anybody that comes to mind that you haven't seen? Because one of the things I feel like is incredible about the MCU is how it is attracting A-list actors to superhero movies and making A-list actors out of people who maybe weren't necessarily considered that beforehand. Okay, we got some. Listen, look, and sent out there studying. He googling people.
No, I was trying to make sure I had somebody's name right.
Thinking Pascal.
Nah.
Heather. Usually, I like everything you say, Heather.
Except for him.
Let me tell you something. I'm not positive if the only. I mean, look, I'm not saying he doesn't have some chops under him. And he doesn't really have to do a whole lot. I feel like on Disney Plus, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as The Mandalorian is concerned.
I'm really trying to think.
But that dude's role in Wonder Woman 84, he was terrible. He was terrible.
I'm going with Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
But I'm okay with that. Hey Heather, if they did cast Pedro, who would you want him to play? Marcus Ryan Reynolds, I feel you on that. Though I think technically that's already happened. I mean, like, it's already happening, but I'm with you on it. Who'd you just say, Sin?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And what role?
Honestly, I don't know what role. I think he would be good no matter where you place him, whether hero or villain.
We got doubled up on Will Smith that quick like that? Y'all in the same room? What happened? How y'all do that?
I would like to see him play some type of bad guy-ish, kind of anti-hero-ish kind of role. I would love to see him play that. I think he would be dope in the MCU as that.
Everybody follow directions.
I'm gonna go with my bad.
You good?
Oh, I'm gonna go with Chloe Grace Moritz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For who?
Maybe if they, I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, I think she's a good actress, but I can see her in there. Throw everybody else in there.
Dwayne
Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean, Dwayne Johnson.
Black Adam.
Which I mean, listen, I think he's perfect for. I think Dwayne Johnson is perfect for Black Adam. Right now, Black Adam stands to be the best DC movie ever made. And I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about over the original Supermans. I'm talking about over Michael Keaton Batman. Right now, there is a high possibility that Black Adam is the best DC movie ever made. Straight up. Because Shazam was fire, dog.
It was.
Shazam was fire.
Shazam is better than like everything else they've put out in the last 10 years. Like, easy. Easy.
I'm so with it.
And, bruh, the Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam, I don't know if it gets like Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam is about as spot on as it gets. It's about as spot on as
it is.
Yeah, as soon as they announce that, you can't see anybody else playing them.
Exactly. Like, they would have to get somebody you just never heard of. Like, you could maybe take bald Billy Zane from The Mummy when he was young, and if he had Dwayne Johnson's size, of which he does not. And listen, I can hear Dwayne Johnson talking the most trash. Like, it's perfect.
He's just going back to his rock days, right? Go back to
wrestling days. Yeah.
Yeah, like, it just, and you're right. They picked the perfect actor for Shazam as well. Like,
Facts.
But here's the thing: most people didn't see that. Most people didn't think. They're like,
it was a huge sleeper.
But again, it's the same thing as what happened with Michael Keaton when they picked him to play Batman. Like Michael Keaton, Mr. Mom.
No, I knew he was gonna be dope with Shazam because I watched like Chuck and stuff like that. I was like, he's gonna be perfect to fit between Billy Batson and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, be good at that.
Nina Dobrev. Okay, I see. Y'all got some solid lists. What would y'all want to see Will Smith do? I saw Will Smith's name pop up twice, and I need somebody to tell me something.
I don't know.
I told y'all I already think Will. I love Will Smith, and I think Slim's 50-50. My mother wanted to smack me in the face for saying that joint. She was so mad. She went back and watched the show. She was like, "You said that live in front of people? What?
You said that out in public? What's wrong with you, boy?
I know we silly, but I mean,
I have raised you better than this."
Yeah, Paul Rudd as Ant-Man was perfect. Yeah, it didn't get any better than that, for real.
Yeah, real talk. I mean, again, though, people were also like, Paul Rudd, Ant-Man, really? Again, MCU's casting has been so dope. As Voodoo or Bishop, nah, he can't be Bishop. I'm not.
Nah.
No.
Just because he's black, we're not going to throw him in the Bishop category.
No. I will not, dog. If they put dreads on Will Smith, I'm leaving. I'm walking out.
Dreads or the Jerry curl, depending on what era they do it in.
I'm not walking. I'm walking out of this.
Yeah, so we ain't having that.
Show's over. We gotta go. Will Smith as Bishop? Nah, dog. Will Smith. I almost said something my mother would smack me for. Y'all go back and watch Hancock again. Not bad. It's cool. Will Smith plays a perfect drunken person with powers. Like it's pretty perfect. It's pretty perfect. And I don't really want to see him do anything else besides that. If they remix the character Mr. Fantastic, you would like to see Will Smith play Mr. Fantastic.
No, because I like Will Smith and I don't like Mr. Fantastic.
Here's my thing. What up, Ty? You tardy Ty today.
Right.
Here's the thing. We don't really want to see a Mr. Fantastic at all.
No, but we are.
The casting rumors, I think, have been pretty spot on though for him. I think they might be onto something there. Hey, listen, you should repost Frank's Hancock cosplay. Oh boy. Well.
Somebody. Better late than never.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something, Ty. Look who you beat to the show, Ty. Tardy Ty. Oh, man. What's up, Jokes?
What's going on, man?
Thank you for deciding to show up.
Coop.
Post it to the Loaded Snacks Facebook. I'll share it. Or if you want, if you DM it to me, I'll share it. That's cool. Let me tell you something, Jokes.
What's up?
You have missed one hell of a show.
Sounds about right.
Let me tell you what you didn't miss, though. You didn't miss the Mortal Kombat discussion.
Okay.
You didn't miss that. We just wrapped Curveball. Right now, we just kind of talking.
Mm-hmm.
You got the busy background.
Sure, they so busy this time, though.
It's
yeah,
not.
sure did.
So it
not.
works.
Let's talk about this Mortal Kombat. Here's what I want to do.
We got to.
Everybody who's in the chat, here's what's going to yeah, Jokes was watching Raw.
I wish I was.
Yeah, Jokes just getting in. CP time, y'all. CP time. Here's what I want to do. I want to get everybody's non-spoiler impressions of Mortal Kombat first. And then I think we're gonna do a Spoiler Boys mini. We just gonna have to talk about some things because there are things I need to say that I don't think I can say without spoiling it. And to be honest with you, I almost don't care if we spoil this joint.
I feel you.
And that is That's my spoiler-free impression. Marcus said it was good. Marcus, you are 10. So that's
look. Marcus said it was good. Come on now.
That makes sense. That makes sense, given his current record in anime selections and who he thinks would win between Thanos and Vader, and like my man's not.
Thanos
I don't know.
Vader.
Yeah, Jokes. Who wins between Thanos and Vader? Thanos got the glove and the stones. Who wins between Thanos and Vader?
Thanos.
All right.
Man got the glove. He don't got to do nothing. Who is this?
Hey, listen. Doctor says stupid, dumb decisions, funny. Gray says 6.5 out of 10. Marcus said I didn't say great. All right, Marcus. I'm nailing you to the wall. I have non-spoiler things. I bet. Is that a spoiler? Hey, that was
Hey.
Hey, facts though.
All right, listen. So let's do this. Here's what I want to do. Coop, you're our guest. I'm gonna let you start. You're also the movie guy. We spent a lot of time dealing with you and listening to you and your Coops and your concessioning. Coops Concessions. You got the Coops Concessions podcast and all that jazz. You do the movies and all. What's popping, dog? Talk to me. Spoiler-free impressions. Mortal Kombat.
I'm gonna start with love, okay? Before I get to the hate, I'm gonna start with love. Okay.
That's cool.
I was here for Mortal Kombat for one reason only, and that was the violence. You know?
Okay.
I already knew this is a video game movie. I wasn't expecting much of a plot or anything. I'm going gore before lore.
I'm with it.
Okay.
100%. That's what I wanted. That's what I got. I was happy with it.
Okay.
I was happy with that. I'm not with it. I was happy with that.
Kombat. That was what you was happy with. That's it.
That I was happy with the gore. We saw some pretty accurate fatalities. My man was killing. I don't know if you remember Jokes when I was beat you with Kung Lao, but my man was killing. But it was
if we gonna go there, sir. I ain't gonna stay on this. I vaguely remember beating a certain person and knocking them out of a tournament that they did not win.
Yeah. I remember that.
Man, brought a time stone to this.
You wanted it, you got it.
Oh boy. Old frisbee hat.
You did win that. You did win that. Nah, yeah. But I enjoyed the movie for the action. Even though some of the action, it had some good fights and some bad fights. Like the way it kicked off was like, oh, okay, we here. But like it slowly.
They gave us the first 7 minutes, man. So we already had that. You don't need HBO Max to see that anyway. You know what I mean? What's up, Alfonso?
What up?
Finn.
Yes, sir.
Spoiler-free impressions. Mortal Kombat. Talk to me, bro.
Garbage.
Okay. I know you like to leave it at one word, and I'm not gonna ask you no more questions. I'm gonna just leave it like that. You wouldn't be the first person to say it.
Say movie reviews garbage. Over.
Done.
Credits.
I mean, send TikTok the shortest TikTok videos ever. Garbage. Video over. Shared, dog. Shared. Hey, listen. Doctor Who says Kano was the only thing worth listening to. I'm with it. Cuddy, little baby Jokes is happy he finally had someone to make fun of again. See? Hey, Sin. Do it. You got it. Hey!
kept that joint hit.
Show did.
Oh shoot, Jokes.
Yeah,
talk to me, bro. Your spoiler-free impressions of Mortal Kombat.
As crazy as this is going to sound, I'm actually okay. Like maybe it was because of not having such high expectations going into it in the first place.
Sure.
But the fact that we know this kind of just sets things up. So, I was okay with it. That's like Coop said, fatalities were cool. I was fine with the violence that was going on in there. There was definitely some iffy moments, but I'm okay with it. Like for what it is, video game adaptation. We're trying to, second time, I guess we're doing this over again, but I'm okay.
Okay. How am I going to do this? So my let me start with this. Marcus, you can get out of my chat. Fight choreo was garbage in this
I
joint.
knew he was gonna get it for that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that
I'm
I
gonna tell you
will.
right now. I'm gonna tell. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. The fight that started the movie and the fight that ended the movie were decent.
Yes.
Those joints, I'm okay with. Everything in between, garbage. I'm like, where they get these people from? Listen.
With that, can I say shout out to Joe Taslim for I feel like the only person who really put in some work. My man from the Raid.
Listen.
Who played Sub-Zero. I mean,
and I'm listen and listen, and I don't listen, and that's cool. Like, I feel like that's how they sold us though. Like they like that's how they sold us on this movie. You know what I mean? Via the trailers. It's not like it was a bunch of stuff in it that wasn't in the movie, but like, man, this joint, they okay. Let me start by saying this. I don't necessarily have issues with them attempting to do something different by bringing a new character in to try to wrap a story around.
Wasn't against that.
I don't like what they did or how they did it. I don't have a problem with them bringing somebody new in. Like, we play fighting games. They introduce new characters all the time. You know what I'm saying? Where does this dude come from? How does he fit into the lore? You know what I'm saying? When you're basically retelling the story over and over again. So, all right, cool. So I dig that, right? You try to bring a fresh face, put a little twist on it, something so that you can do things a little bit differently. But the joint was pretty cliche. Pretty easy to see where it was going and what was going to happen. The acting in this movie was subpar. It was definitely straight. This is like straight to VHS. This isn't like straight to DVD, because streaming services put real money behind product that they're putting in front of you now. And this doesn't live up to that. I don't even think it comes close to living up to that. I'm a stickler for the way fight choreography has to be. And you don't have to have a lot of budget to have great fight choreography.
Not at all.
And the fight choreography in this is okay. They are literally telegraphing every move. They look like they're dancing, dog, and it doesn't even look as good. Like, ask my people. I watch dance videos far too often. I am addicted to dance videos on YouTube, bro. It's a thing. It's a real thing for me. I used to dance. I know what it is. I did take martial arts. I know what that is. I have friends who own dojos who do martial arts. But more importantly, I've been watching Kung Fu flicks since before black belt theater was a thing. And this joint does not live up. There is not a single fight in this movie, which is a movie about a fighting game, that comes close to the Winter Soldier and Captain America fighting in the street.
Not even a little bit.
In Civil War. Not even close. Not even close.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
That's terrible. So look, I'm here for the violence, but I can watch a movie that doesn't have fights to get violence. I seen Menace to Society. We watch Boys in the Hood. There's all types of stuff out there that don't have to have fights. What I expect to be top notch in a movie that is about a fighting game
is the fighting.
Fight, period. Like, I could deal with subpar acting or whatever, but I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm sitting down, I'm watching this joint with my daughter, and when the joint was over, the first thing I said to her was, we should have just went on YouTube and watched the Mortal Kombat 11 or the Mortal Kombat 9 or the Mortal Kombat 10 story. Like, you can just go on that joint and watch the joint back to back, and they all smoked this joint.
Oh yeah,
I agree. No, that's facts.
This joint.
Even the DLC aftermath.
Are you kidding me? Like, they smoked this joint, dog. You could go on YouTube right now and watch like a 3-hour video Mortal Kombat 11, that's just the story. And that joint smokes this joint. Hands down.
They even sell the movie, this whole Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. And
well, how else would you sell it? Like that, you're gonna put
that is so non-existent.
That's what you do. Like,
and honestly, I think it would have been better off if they did that. That could be a standalone series or a standalone movie. They could have did it Mortal Kombat, this story, Sub-Zero versus Scorpion.
I guarantee you it's in the pipeline. Like
that Mortal Kombat web series thing they did was better than this.
Oh, what was it? Rebirth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was better than this. My man Purr said Jackson arms have Wakanda tech. No, they do not.
Mm-hmm. I mean, them MFers work. They do what they need to do.
I hate magic.
And that's all right. So listen, I'm gonna just
I hated all that.
Yeah. Let's just go into it right now.
I hated all that.
Right here, right now. This is the cutoff. Okay, this is the cutoff. If you ain't seen it, if you don't want to hear about it or whatever, this is the spoiler cutoff. We getting ready to get into these spoilers. I'm getting ready to talk. It's time to go. Mm-hmm. Spoiler boys.
Spoiler boys.
Listen. Y'all getting ready to get me out my character. This Jax grew metal arms. Magical metal arms.
I'm cool with Liu Kang, Kung Lao having a mystical thing going on. Fine.
That was fine.
I'm cool with that. But when Sonya and Jax start getting tech abilities, like, nah, Slim, I'm not rocking with this. Y'all not getting me like this. No. No.
Hey, dog, listen. I'm going to tell you what. Shout out to Kano.
Hey, my man.
Because Slim made me, I did laugh out loud.
I chuckled a few times. I ain't
even going to stunt. Slim had some moments, bro. Like, if I was going to tell somebody to watch this, which I'm not, he would be the only reason why I tell somebody to watch this joint. I mean, other than being like, you want to see something bad? Let's watch this joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is it that Goro still seems like he looks like claymation?
I don't know.
That was he literally had plot armor.
He literally had plot armor, dog.
Dog. That was the definition. Like, when I saw that and I said that to him, I was like, yo, my man grew armor. And I was like, oh no. This dude literally
this man with superpower is getting beat up.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, he needs to protect himself.
This is not Black Panther suit. This is not.
You wait just a cotton pick a minute, dog. You wait a minute.
Out bladed tonfus. What are you doing with this?
Hey, dog, this joint, for something that should be corny, this joint is corny. Like, for something that should have acceptable levels of corny. And here's the problem. Endgame is the problem. The MCU is the problem. The MCU has proven to us that we can watch movies with people with superpowers, get explanations, have them exist in a real world with other people, and it not feel wrong.
Mm-hmm. That's facts.
This joint does nothing to make me feel like this isn't wrong. Like, they don't do enough to say the mysticism, the Raiden, and like
no explanation. They're just gods.
Yeah, there's no backstory. Matter of fact, Scorpion's spear had more of a backstory than any character.
That's facts
in this movie.
And here's the thing, I get that, right? So Scorpion has always been viewed as a bad guy. If you go back and watch the first movie, that's what he is. He's a bad guy. Right in the first game, that's how people viewed him, because he comes from hell and he spits fire. And it's not until later in 2 that you find out what the history is and blah blah blah. And technically, he's actually the good guy, and Sub-Zero is really the bad guy, and all of that. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay, but Scorpion also happens to be Ed Boon's favorite character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
And he is co-creator, and John Tobias, who helped create Mortal Kombat, is no longer involved.
Mm-hmm.
So Ed Boon being involved, NetherRealm Studios being involved, it does make sense that they're going to try to fit the story around Scorpion. Cool. I don't need this dude, though. Just bring Scorpion back from the dead. Just bring him back. Just bring him back and let him be angry.
Let him wreak havoc. Yeah.
Him getting his soul sucked.
Hey, look, I'm sorry. Them cheesy Mortal Kombat lines was killing me.
Like, I'm cool with that.
No, I'm sorry. When Kung Lao does a little fatality on the little flying succubus shit, flawless victory. I almost cut the thing off. I almost cut it off, dog. Like, come on, you can't. You gotta be playing with me.
Me too. That joint made me curse.
Yes.
Like, listen, like my daughter was laying on my shoulder, and I was like, "What the?" Wow, dog.
It's funny in a video game because it's like the hat always comes back to Kung Lao and it looks normal. But when he put that hat on his head, I'm like, "Hey, bro, you watch that all."
I probably would have felt better instead of him saying that. Like if the dude, Mortal Kombat voice dude, would have just been like randomly coming on during the matches.
If they had the actual tournament. And that announcer, he would have beat him. The announcer would have said flawless victory. That's perfect. That's fine. Yeah.
Hey, there was no tournament.
No.
There was no tournament. Shang Tsung tried to get his boys to take him out before there was before they even registered. Tournament. Before they could register for the tournament, it was like, we getting them now.
No, my man said we don't play fair. We haven't played fair in all these years we've been doing this. What makes you think we gonna start this now? We rolling up on them now. We taking them all out.
He did. It was pretty gangster. That was pretty gangster. You know what I'm saying? He was pretty G. Listen, man, I don't care how much you yank from the history of Mortal Kombat. If you put a man in a movie called Mortal Kombat who is a giant with a hammer, if it's not Shao Kahn, get him out of here, dog.
It don't matter.
Get him out of here, dog.
Why? No. Even more important than that, if you're gonna fight on one of the most iconic stages, the pit, and not do the pit fatality.
And I said to myself that was gonna happen. You know, that was one of the I see what's gonna happen.
I was waiting for it,
and it didn't happen.
As soon as dude walked up with Shaw, I was like, "Oh, you ain't here just to die, Slim. That's what you are. You a fatality person. That's it. Somebody's gonna perform something for you."
Right.
Let me tell you something, dog. My man's pep talk in the cloud realm. Hey, he's rapping this. Listen, they was getting their ass whooped.
Oh God, that was next level. That made me so mad.
And then they just disappeared to the cloud realm.
Hey, you tried to channel in
we in the spot between spots.
Or you can teleport us anywhere, right? So we're gonna teleport everybody right to where everybody's standing. To
my
fight.
Man was trying to channel that inner Steve Rogers. My man was trying to have the pep talks.
No, you need to shut up. You keep getting your ass whooped. You need to be quiet. Just stand there right now while we think of something to do. Be quiet.
Facts. Listen, let me tell you something. Reptile should have been a ninja.
No,
he did fight 3 people, but I'm not even gonna give no extra respect to him because for real, Sonya was garbage. I don't even care.
Sonya was garbage, but they disrespected her. They definitely disrespected her. I mean, the whole like logo tattoo thing was dumb in the first place. But if anyone deserves one, then she's been in the beginning of games.
No, and she wasn't worthy. Like when she got disrespected when they were doing the training, it was like, no, you're a liability because you don't have it.
But still let her walk around.
I really real talk. Like I felt like she was the black man in this joint. Like this guy, like hold on. Like Luke Kang really looked at her like,
nah, Slim.
You ain't one of us.
I swear, you better get the stepping. Like the Martin joint, get the stepping, Gina.
Melina was like, nah, you're not even worth it. You ain't got a tat. You ain't got a logo.
Hey, Kano even did that. He's like, yeah, liability. Like again.
And then kill Kano with a garden.
Hey, Marcus, listen, dog. Listen, Marcus,
that's all I've been.
I'm not gonna lie. You're telling the truth, but that's not how that works, dog. That's not how that works.
Melina has a whole story and whole thing going. Like
she had a whole thing going, and Marcus just told you what it was.
Just stand right here.
You're terrible, dog. You're terrible, dog.
Hey.
Let me say something. See, listen, Sonya was cool with her knife work. I appreciate what she did in the desert against Kano.
I agree.
You know, I appreciate those moments. Sub-Zero showing up.
It's Shang Tsung about to make
I mean, I mean, listen, I don't feel like Sub-Zero showing up at the beginning of the movie was even like a real threat. Like, okay, you were sent there to kill the dude with the tattoo, with the birthmark. But you didn't. You made it snow. And then you raised the snow and you made it hail. And that,
as they drove away in their car,
did not look like you were trying to kill anyone, dog. Like
some deadly hail.
All that ice is 20 ways to stop a car.
Slim, can I tell you?
Should be going through the glass.
There it is.
How
should be going through the glass?
The glass,
the
tires. There's so many places you can
go. The glass was walking by.
Everyone's sitting up. Everyone's sitting up in here. You know what? You want to kill him? One of those. Just don't go through the glass. Hit any one of them in the head. It's a wrap.
I'm unsatisfied. I'm unsatisfied with this. The more I talk about it, the angrier I get about it.
I'm okay. I'm still okay just for the fact that they got this was better than Dragon Ball Evolution.
It was still better than Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Oh nah, come on.
I'm about to go watch that just for science now.
Come on. We should.
You know what? The fact alone that Katana was in Annihilation makes that joint better.
Oh man.
That's it. Listen to me. Scorpion and Sub-Zero had a final movie ending fight in a UFC ring. If you don't get the boy, what? This is what we doing? This is what we're doing.
Apparently. Because they did.
It should have been it definitely should have been like a classic stage that everyone that knows from Mortal Kombat that they should have been fighting in. Not some new DLC ice gym that we're going to get probably.
Not just things get speed.
Better not.
No, we better not get the ice gym, dog.
Better not.
I'm not downloading that DLC, dog. I'm not doing it. I can't.
It's gonna be the cold pack. It's gonna come with him.
The cold pack.
It's gonna be the UFC ring with the ice. Watch.
You can knock someone into a frozen punching bag. And
Yep. Or grab it out the background and slam it on somebody. Watch.
Oh god. There's DLC in this, but
Yep. You think you're gonna get the movie skins? You'll get the Kano movie skin.
Yeah, you got to get the movie skins.
Hey, I need those at least give them some of those one-liners that they have and put those in. I'll be okay.
For $49.99.
Now you can eat one. No.
Hey, this one's pretty bad, man. I don't know if I've been this disappointed with a movie in a long time. I did allow myself to like really think like, again, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, I know what this is. I know it's a video game movie, right? But it Ready Player One is a thing. You understand what I'm saying?
No, you're right. You're right.
I have a feeling like the Uncharted joint could be right. I'm always cautiously optimistic when anytime somebody decides they want to do a movie based on a game. But there are a couple of things that I felt like set this movie up perfectly to be completely successful. One is the run that they have done with the Mortal Kombat games since MK9. The story mode in those games is incredible. It's incredible through and through, which said to me, they got great writers who can put a story together that make it all make sense. Yes, it's longer than the normal movie is, but that's cool. Like, it seems like they know what they're doing. All the plot threads tie together. I'm with it. If you watch, again, I'm not even joking. Go online and watch Mortal Kombat 9 story. Watch the Mortal Kombat 10 story. Arguably, MK11, though it is pretty good, is the worst of those, mostly because Ronda Rousey can't act. I mean, she can't act. Like
it's just her voice. It was just her. Like it was like they stuck her in the booth and just like, yeah, just read these lines. Like don't even just read these lines.
Like they didn't give her any direction. Like I'm sure they tried to give her direction or whatever, but nonetheless, everybody else shines like a star in that. Like everybody else who's like the cast that they have doing the voice work for Mortal Kombat 11 is second to none. Like it's impeccable. What they do is so good. And so that run, seeing what they've done with the writing, seeing what they've done with the story, and then what we have seen over the last 12 years with the MCU. We know it can be done wrong because DC does it wrong over and over again. I get that. And DC is Warner Brothers, and that's who's doing this. So, okay.
The ones that are voicing should not be the ones voicing. It's like
I allowed myself to get my hopes up because it looked like the stars were aligning. You know what I mean? Like there just was enough. Yeah, Scarlett Johansson and Sonya Blade would be pretty solid. I still don't think it would necessarily work, but look, she could do the work. Even if she can't fight, she can do the work. You know what I mean? Like I was not. Sure. Now I'm gonna tell you. I am gonna tell y'all something that happened when I was watching this movie that made me. Man, I don't know if I have been more proud, but I was very proud at this moment. My 11-year-old, he said, "Listen," and I got these vibes myself. So. I felt like we did a thing. She was like, Sonya looked like the girl from the Terminator. Oh, yeah, she does. It looks like they went full. She was like, she looked like Sarah Connor. I was like, she do look like Sarah Connor. You know what? Thank you, Fortnite. Thank you, Fortnite. You did something right. She did. I got Sarah Connor vibes for a minute. And then it was over. And I'm good. Fatalities were cool. She did ask me, she was like, why is that dude's heart still beating? I was like, that's how it works.
That's how it works.
That's how it works in the game. She's like, but it's not in there. I was like, we don't care. You know, that's how it works. But it's not. But I will tell you that literally Kano being like, anybody else rip somebody's heart out? What's up? Like,
hey, I was like,
I like it.
Yeah.
And I like how spicy he was when he got the laser eye. I don't like how it happened, but I mean, I like that he.
I was cool. I was actually pretty cool with that. Actually,
the whole thing of like how they got like their powers or whatever was really dumb.
No.
It was really stupid.
Stop it, bro.
And it was like that was
he beat up R. Kelly or whatever, somebody who was like messing with little kids or whatever. Like that was cool. It was a hard.
Yeah, the gods justified that for some reason. It was
I lay hands on them. So they bless me with these powers.
Oh man!
But again, I like Kano being like, hey, you got fireballs? Do I get fireballs? Yeah, hey,
no. Start going through it.
Show me how to get a fireball, bro. Like he was annoying, and it was pretty perfect. And I'm gonna tell you what, if it hadn't been for him, I don't know if I would have made it through this joint. I'm like straight up. Like the majority of the timing and comic relief on his part was pretty solid. It is the one thing about this movie that I feel really good about. Outside of the opening scene is cool. The final scene is okay. Kano was the best part of the film. I agree.
You don't like when you just read jokes?
Easy to use Stephen Amell for Johnny Cage.
No.
Yeah.
Like Marcus said it. I'm sorry. The Miz is Johnny Cage. I'm sorry. This dude in real life, he is Johnny Cage to the degree of being Johnny Cage. Like, I'm sorry. He is the perfect candidate to play that role. Like, they're only going to do is tell him, hey, Miz, we just need you to go in there and act as yourself. But just remember, your name is Johnny Cage.
See, I'm going to tell you what. I feel like I'm going to hate that. But here's the thing. Because believe that Johnny Cage is actually supposed to be an actual decent actor. I think he's supposed to be a decent actor. Like his movies do really well.
He can act be a decent actor.
And I don't know if The Miz is cut out for that part of it. But I'm not, I'm just this movie was probably it's easily in oh snap.
Damn, gone.
Okay.
Yoink.
Get over here.
Yoink. Hey, listen. Hey, Jokes, what you do to my man, dog?
I do.
What you do, dog?
He did it.
What you do to my man, dog?
I got something for him.
This world ain't big enough for the two of us.
Flawless victory. Jokes wins.
Facts. Yeah, don't touch.
Or is it more like, or is it Jokes wins?
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, it's all about nasty. Yeah, man. Listen, were you okay with the fact that Kung Lao died?
No. I was, when he got yanked, I just thought someone was gonna come in and like drop kick my man, and he was just gonna fall. And when that joke finished,
this man Liu Kang ain't throw a single fireball, dog. He ain't do nothing, dog. Hey, he just let that man get sucked out. Hey, listen.
I was like, how is this happening right now? My man got he got his one fatality in. I was like, okay, other than the flawless victory, I'm like, how do you die?
Easily, apparently.
Hey, dog, they picked some terrible characters to be in this joint. They picked some terrible characters to be in this joint. I'm so dissatisfied with what has happened with this joint. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. Expected for it to be bad. I was only excited because it was heavily focused on Sub-Zero, but they even dropped the ball there. Yeah, they definitely dropped the ball, man.
I went with very low expectations. That's why I said I was okay. But yeah.
I'm good. I don't need to go back to this. I'm good.
I got one watching, so HBO Max was definitely the place for this. Cause
I went straight to my Plex server.
But you know what though? It wasn't. It wasn't. This is a pitiful excuse for HBO Max. Like I really feel like they did not do enough to sell even HBO Max. Like I did say, like I'd have been hot if I had gone to the theater to see it. If I had spent theater dollars to go see this joint, I would have been hot, bro.
Yep.
This would have been one of my throwaways with my movie pass. my Regal Pal would have been like,
I would have been steaming, dog. Like, yeah, this joint it's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad. Hey, listen, we're gonna wrap the show up. I don't know what happened to Coop. I don't know if he's coming back, but we're running late, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this joint up. We were gonna talk about the Oscars, but I mean, it ain't really nothing to talk about. All I was gonna say is that I don't ever really feel the need to watch the Oscars, and they haven't done anything to make me feel like I need to watch the Oscars. Though I am satisfied with some of the winners from last night, and apparently Glenn Close is a bop.
Yeah.
Man. It was all fake, but whatever. We'll give it some credit.
They sold it.
But like that's what it is. Well, you know what? They're not going to keep it. It's not. So here's the other thing: is the movie's not supposed to stay on the service.
Yeah, it's only like 30 days, I think.
Yeah, it's like 37 days or something stupid like that.
Yeah,
so
that's 30 days too long.
Hey, get your watches in. Hey, get your one view in. Just say you watched it and call it a day.
I just can't. I'm not happy. I almost felt the need to put on literally the story mode on YouTube from one of them joints and just watch it.
Just to watch that palette.
Yeah, just to cleanse it. All right, so listen, Jokes, you got a job to do.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, you can train.
No, that's facts.
Over MK for sure. Look, y'all know the deal by now. All y'all who are in here, if you're not following us in one place, follow us there. You can jump in, hit the link tree, jump in MCU chat. Jump in the Loading Snacks anime chat. If you're an anime person, that's a great place to be right now. Looks like we're gonna have some Demon Slayer thoughts coming there sooner than later.
Yeah. Spoiler boys, Demon Slayer, it's coming.
Yeah, I know.
We'll put that together for y'all. As long as jokes, you are still going to see it.
Yes, sir. My tickets
Tomorrow,
are in.
right?
Yes, tomorrow.
Okay.
Tickets are in the books. Dog, I tell you, I reactivated my the Regal Pass thing. Like I have so much free popcorn and free drinks and stuff that they gave me from cutting the thing off during the time. I'm set for a while.
All right.
Ew. Yeah, it's definitely time to jump back in anime chat. So I'll make sure y'all go check that out. Join that party. It's almost time for another wrestling recap. That's for sure. A month is up, so it's about time for another wrestling recap. That'll be going
Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega got all this gold now. He dripping gold from multiple places now.
I feel like at one point we thought that he was like not trying to go and be champion because he was trying to run the. I feel like when the AEW thing first kicked off, that's what we felt like he wasn't gonna.
They weren't gonna do it, but I think they're pulling that audible, and they're gonna try to use him as the catalyst in between places.
Hold up, before you address the person who just decided to walk in, what about Jujutsu Kaisen, Doc? Besides the fact that it's fire. Now go ahead and address the elephant. It just stepped into, just walked in the room.
Tardy Carson. What's up, Tardy Carson?
Hey, extra late, but we supposed to have been off.
Yeah, he would have missed the whole show. Hey, dog. Jokes beat you.
And I was late.
It was like 45 minutes late.
Jokes was super late and he beat you. Dang, bruh. Oh, man. Yeah. So it's time for another wrestling wrap up. Y'all look for that. Make sure you join Wrestling Chat. We're putting some things together. There was a virtual Comic-Con. Last year was the first one. It was put on by a good friend of ours, Shady Hayes. Y'all should look up Shady Hayes, Instagram, TikTok. Shady's really good people. And she's putting together another virtual Comic-Con. That's June 16th, 17th, 18th, I think.
All right.
Ty, get out. Ty, get out.
Lord, no.
Get out.
Yeah, you just missed that whole discussion. And Doc, we actually did talk about it in our anime chat group as a part of a live, our first live viewing. It's still in the chat. Just scroll down. You should be able to see it. Yeah. We talked about that and a few other animes.
Hey, just to throw out there quick. So Demon Slayer, officially, Mugen Train, is the #1 foreign release in U.S. history now.
Hey.
I mean, I think we knew that. We probably discussed that before you got here, late guy.
Hey, I'm still chiming in because that's important to know.
We already knew
because late.
You were.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm dotting my late I's here.
Well, I hope you bring that same energy to when we record this Spoiler Boys for Demon Slayer.
What, late energy?
This catch-up energy that he has right now.
Get the catch-up energy.
Yeah, he needs some catch-up energy. He behind in Outriders. My man just behind.
Hey, we got whole characters.
That man would have missed the Mugen Train. That's what I'm saying. Like, train would have left the station without you, buddy. Love you, jokes. Sin, you have a job.
Yes, sir. Let's shout out our top 10 patrons, starting with Anthony Cunningham, Marcus Houston, Susan Dorch, and Mr. Late Man himself, Tyrone Carson. Thank you very much. We
don't come in here trying to ask questions about stuff we already talked about when you late.
We already discussed about his
rewriting your PS74s, bro. Straight up, dog. We gonna stop letting you in this joint without a hall pass. You late. You need a pass for class. You didn't like Jack's CG arms. I actually love them little tiny sticks.
That
was funny.
Them little paper clips. Them jokes was trifling. Them things were disgusting. Sit inside, hit the little bag. I'm so frustrated. Yeah.
Hey,
so stupid.
Hey, this man had to fight the dude with the giant hammer, dog.
These lip spaghetti arms. That thing was so disgusting looking.
God. Dog, the T800 with a body jacks. Yeah.
No marks haven't started that yet. Even though I hear really good things about it.
All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. Oh man, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Kung Lao, and Kano. I ain't even really thrilled with Kung Lao, but all right. Nah, yeah. Do they come in adult sizes? My man, little arms, dog. Little joke.
Those were Deadpool. Like growing them back, it was like
Jones are like Lego Connects.
Arms grew, dog. And Ty was probably like, yes! We gonna lift that rock.
Here we go.
How was Sonya not crushed under that rock? I can't do this.
Dog, exactly. I was like, hey, dog, he's lifting it. I was like, either okay, her legs crushed, her arms crushed, you're dead.
No. Body right there, just fine, chilling.
Let me tell you how disrespectful it is to be in the middle of a fight with somebody and have them just be like, you ain't got tournament blood. You ain't one of us. I ain't even fighting you, Slim. That's terrible, young. That's terrible. She was weak. They did her dirty, but
yeah, in between the action, yeah, Marcus. Yeah.
All right, y'all. I can't. I had enough. I got other things to do. So listen, greatly appreciate y'all jumping in. Look for us on our regular night on Thursday for cutscenes. We got a lot to talk about. There's a lot of video game news happening, so we'll be talking about that on Thursday. The gentleman will be Twitch streaming on Friday. I don't know what yet.
No, we're gonna come to a consensus.
Yeah. I saw something today. I think could be a thing, but we'll see. They played it like a Karen. Stop it, yo. Listen, love y'all, and that's it. With that, we're out. Toodles and lose.